how is Hogwarts and BTS in the same video? Well, guess what? We're in one of the challenge videos where I merge two different topics, theme, characters, content, two different contents, and I merge them together. Today, it's going to be Harry Potter and BTS being sorted out in their houses. I mean, this is my opinion. I'm not saying this is the right opinion or the sole opinion of which houses they should be in. Again, if you don't agree, put in a comment, let me know, give me your opinion. I would love to hear it. And we'll start a discussion. So, let's get this started. Let's look up the references I use for the BTS members. Now, these are on my Pinterest board. I use them as references. I had to get a bunch because I'm very picky and I didn't know exactly what to pick, and I just use it to sketch and see if that pose goes well. If I'm not feeling it, I go on to the next one. So these are all the different types of poses I chose. When I first wanted to do the portrait, I wanted them to do a stand-up kind of composition, but then I decided to do something different. I wanted to do a portrait style of them in their homes, all on the same canvas. And I saw this on Pinterest as a reference with this person and their best friends. And I thought, oh, that looks really cool. But as you see here, I actually laid out all the poses for the members before I went into actually drawing them and finalizing them. So I want to make sure that I was a-okay with every pose here before going into the lining and the coloring. So I made the borders. I was trying to make the borders all foo-foo and shiny and everything like that, but then I decided, nah, wasn't gonna do that. So I just made it the colors of their houses, like Slytherin gray and green, Hufflepuff black and yellow. For Ravenclaw, I did silver. It was supposed to be a copper silver, and then royal blue, and of course gold with red for Gryffindor. As we know, Slytherin is very resourceful, cunning, ambitious, and self-preservation. The two members I thought would fit in this house was Yoongi and Jimin. Now let's talk about our man Yoongi, aka Suga, your boy rapper. Let's talk about him a little bit. So the reason why I put Yoongi in Slytherin is due to his strive to succeed in the rapping career. He wasn't going to just wait for someone to come to him. He was going out passing his CDs to anyone that would accept it in the streets and cafes, anywhere. And I kind of admire him for that, for just stepping in no matter when he was struggling with money or he was just struggling with depression. He was still working on his career, even though his family didn't want him to, but he was still going to try and be successful. And I admire that so much because as artists, it's very hard for us to be taken seriously sometimes in this career. As you watch a lot of Run BTS, you can see that he loves to be blunt and straight to the point with the members. He says it with love and care, but we all need that friend that is very straightforward with you and everything, and that's who Yoongi is. And even though he looks like he's a tough guy, he's a very soft and gentle heart, and you can see that in the videos and interviews that he goes on to. And Yoongi likes to try new things, and that usually would lead him to success. And he will also make sure that his crew is with him as he's succeeding. He doesn't leave them to the side or anything like that. He's very in tone with them, and that's really what I admire as well with Yoongi. He's very smart, hardworking, and of course, he writes his own raps and produces music, not only for himself, but for the other artists, which you can actually see some videos and pictures of him doing that, and it's really cool. And my favorite song, of course, Dashita, which you guys should go check it out. Hopefully I'm not mispronouncing that, and if I am, I'm very sorry. I really enjoyed this is gonna sound weird. I really enjoyed coloring their lips. Yes, again, it's weird, but the technique I used for this, it was pleasing. I use colors, just filling it in the lips area, and I use a smudge tool to mix kind of the skin tone to the lip color. So I'm kind of proud of that. I really enjoyed doing the wand highlights for this. I thought it was a really good touch, and I enjoyed doing and learning how to do magic wands because I'm not familiar with doing magic, but I really enjoyed this. So it was a fun trip. So trying out new things, trying more highlight, and I was trying a new style. I want to do more of a simple shading instead of being very detailed. I feel like if I go way too detailed, it doesn't come out the way I want it to. So I wanted to do more of a highlight instead. Not a highlight. I wanted to do more simple version. I don't know why I said highlight, but anyway, so that's Yoongi. Okay, let's get into Jimin. So before I get into why I picked him in Slytherin, I just want to share a little bit that I chose his hair. I flipped back and forth. I put it as a dark brown into it because I do love blonde at first, but I wanted to do a different shade. I do love it when he goes dark hair or kind of like a rose. So the reason why I put Jimin into Slytherin is that Jimin loves to put in his all in everything that he does. His style of dancing is true to himself and making him a pro. He's very classically trained, and he sees perfection in everything he does and his control of music to dancing, which I understand, and I love his style of dancing. It's beautiful and majestic. It's very out there and different, especially in K-pop, because you just see them doing hip-hop, and just seeing Jimin do more of the classical dance, elegant. It's beautiful. I love it. In Run BTS, you can see him and Jin playfully butting heads and being very blunt to one another. Once Jimin sets his eyes on something, he will achieve it, but don't make him upset, because whether you're playing around or on a bet, he has that face, that don't mess with me face. You can see it. He just stops, freezes, and stares at you, stares down at you. It's great. I love it. Jimin, of course, even though he's very blunt with his members, because he does say what is on his mind, he doesn't let things really pass by him. Before, he was very shy and timid, and you can see that a little bit, but as he grows closer with his members, he became very open-minded, and you can see that he has a soft spot for every member. Even though he doesn't say it out loud, his actions honestly says it all. And that's what I really love about Jimin. Very out there, very elegant, and I love his fashion. Like, let's talk about Filter for a bit. Filter, his dance for it. Oh, it's just amazing. I love it. And I would just say my favorite song from Jimin is Serendipity. So, yeah. That is for the Slytherin crew. Again, is not final whether or not if this is true. If you believe that I'm right, let me know. If you don't, hey, let me know in the comments below. I'll probably share them in another video with you guys. Let's get into the Hufflepuff group. So we all know how Hufflepuffs are. They're very loyal, patient, love fairness, love that fair play, and they're very hardworking. I mean, let's be honest, they're all very hardworking, but this is what Hufflepuff kind of focuses on. So let's get into Jin. I picked his beautiful brown hair for this portrait, and the reason why I put Jin into Hufflepuff is kind of getting to know Jin and seeing his journey. It's been really fun. I didn't know too much about Jin until I got into the Run BTS, and I saw a side of him that I really enjoyed. It was his craziness and his random outbursts that he will have. He's just very out there, and he likes to try new things. And he reminds me of my friend who's getting married, and I really connected with him on that level. And I know Jin is very hardworking. I remember I was talking to my friend about his dancing skills, and in the beginning you can see it was a bit more behind when it comes to his dancing compared to the others, but even throughout the years he kept pushing, he kept practicing, and you can see it's been an improvement, and it's really good. I'm not a specialist when it comes to dancing. Again, this is just my opinion. Please don't at me. This is just what I believe and my friend believed. But he's just done such an amazing job. He always pushes his boundaries. He always tries things, and he's very hardworking. He's very out there. He will work hard on what he wants to achieve. Jin is very outgoing, especially when they do competitions, like when they were in a school environment and Yoongi was kind of like the teacher. Whether it's from ice skating or doing a zombie run, he is just very out there. But he wants to make sure that everyone in the group is having a good time, and he makes sure that everyone is having fun and it's fair for everyone. Even if he loses, he still has a good time. And that's what I really do admire, that he's very good at being a sportsmanship and not taking things too hard or boasting, yeah, way too much. But seeing others succeed and be happy really brings a big smile to his face. And like I mentioned with Jimin, Jin is very patient, especially with Jimin. You can see that bond that they have together, and it's very cute. I love it. He's very patient with everyone. Even though he is close to Jimin, he's very loyal to every member and himself, and that's kind of why I put him in Hufflepuff. And my favorite song, of course, is Moon. He hits those notes really well, and it's one of the ones I can listen to over and over and over again and not get tired of. So, good job on Jin. Let's get to J-Hope, the other rapper of the group. So for J-Hope, I just want to say I was looking back on Jin's art, and I really liked how I made his wand magic go. It took me a while to get it, but I got it. Anyway, back to J-Hope, and the reason why I put J-Hope in Hufflepuff. So I love J-Hope and his ability to switch from being a cute, playful guy to a very serious and, let's just say it, very sexy man. And he's very, very patient with the members, especially during dance practices. He likes to make sure everyone is in sync and on the same path no matter what. And you can see him, Coach Hope, trying to make sure that everyone is on the right path. And he works very hard in his field of music and enjoys every second of it with the members or even his solo songs. He's very competitive, even in BTS Run. He makes sure that the playing field is level so he can have the same winning chance as everyone else, or if he's going to lose, he's going to make sure that it's still a fair game. And I just love it when you see him in his competitive state. He's very true to himself. He's not very shy to shake it a little bit harder than the rest of them. Show a little bit of that dark side, if you know what I mean. Okay. He's very true to who he is. He isn't afraid to shake it harder, you know what I mean, more than others. Once in a while, but he does know how to tone it down, especially when he's with the other members. Because I know RM loves to call him out on that a lot. When he raps, though, it's a whole other side, and you get to see who he truly is, and he gets to be himself. And that's why I put J-Hope into Hufflepuff. One of my favorite songs, Please Don't Laugh, is Chicken Noodle Soup. I know they love to do the dance for him. If you see a lot of videos, you see the members dancing the Chicken Noodle Soup song. It's great. I love that song. Always makes me hungry. And Ego. I love Ego from the newest album. That is Yoongi, Jimin, Jin, and J-Hope. those are the members I put in the houses. Again, if you don't agree with me, hey, that's okay. Let me know in the comments below. And part 2 will come where I sort out the other 3 members in Ravenclaw and Gryffindor. So stay tuned for that. And if you guys like this video, please like, share, and don't forget to press the subscribe button and get the notifications when the next video comes. So again, thank you guys. Stay magical, stay army, stay you. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!